So, the most unique classic Doctor Who story ever? Which Doctor Who story am I talking about that deserves this distinction? Well, keep watching, because you're about to find out. Shada! What was meant to be the end of season 17 of classic Doctor Who in 1980, but wasn't. And why was that? Well, because they were never able to complete the story. Due to reasons. Yes, due to multiple different reasons, including they just couldn't get out to the locations to film, and the budget was suffering. So what is the story about? Well, the Doctor and Romana are called in to deal with a case of an escaped convict from Shada, the Time Lord's prison, where they house the most dangerous criminals. And most of the story actually takes place on Earth for the first 4 episodes of this 6-part story. And teaming up with Professor Kronietz in his TARDIS, which takes the form of a 19th century living room and library. And they eventually do manage to make it to Shada, where they almost all get captured. And it's up to the Doctor, as usual, to save everyone. Now, what makes this story unique above all the rest is, well, one, obviously I've just said a while back, that it is an unaired story, and it is unaired because the production team behind it at the BBC were unable to complete the footage for the episode. Now, this is what makes the story unique. Now, sit down and sit comfortably, but don't fiddle with the TARDIS controls, because what makes this story unique above all the rest is that for all the footage they were unable to film, years down the line they actually made animated scenes to put in where to put in the place of the live action scenes they couldn't film. And it is very well detailed animation, and it is a voice actor doing the voice of the Fourth Doctor in those scenes, but you wouldn't know it because he sounds dead on as a Tom Baker impersonator. And the other thing that makes this story unique is, as it was unable to be broadcast due to them being unable to finish making it, there are no viewing figures. The only way you can see this story is via, nowadays, either a DVD Yes, that's right. A DVD as part of a revisited box set, I think it was. Or the Season 17 Blu-ray collection set, which if you're lucky enough to have from its original release, includes the story in there at the end. So, what do I think of Shudder? Well, I thought it was brilliant, and the way they were able to transition from the live action footage to the animated footage and back was some of the best editing I've ever seen in a classic Doctor Who story. So, and this was the first time any type of animation had ever been done for a Doctor Who story, mind. For a home media release. So guys, if you've managed to snag yourself copies of that box set and see this story, I'd like to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Because it is one fucking amazing story. And it is supposed to be, it was what was supposed to be the proper ending of that season in the first place. So guys, what would you like to see me review in the next edition of Semajical Reviews? Because I'm opening the floodgates here, so to speak, and let me know in the comments below. You can request anything as long as it's not anything of the obscene nature. You know how I mean that. And I have to have seen it myself. But also, if it's something that I've never seen before, it will be considered. Let me know that in the comments below. And I would like to see what you choose. But that is it for this episode. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode or this video, please feel free to like, comment, share and subscribe, and have a magical time. What's this, you might be wondering? Another Semajical review literally one night after one went out? Wow, guys, I'm about to review a movie I don't think any of you knew existed. It's a Simpsons movie, but not the one you're thinking of. A spin-off, if you will, featuring the in-universe characters from the show within a show within a show. You know which characters I'm talking about, so let's get on with the show. The Itchy and Scratchy movie was released to cinemas in 1993, at the height of The Simpsons' classic popularity. It stars the lovable cat and mouse team from within the show as they go for their own movie misadventures of lots of slapstick violence as seen in the show. And these are Bart and Lisa's favourite characters. So it was the perfect thing to make a spin-off movie about in 1993. For an hour and a half, you get to see the cat and mouse team trying to kill each other, even going as far as, spoilers, tying Itchy to the train tracks, becoming a train engineer, and running him over as he's untying himself. The music by Danny Elfman is top-notch as always, and the animation is superb. So I couldn't recommend this movie highly enough. It's one that none of you even knew existed. And now, if you would care to go and watch the film, to let me know in the comments what you think. As I'm sure a lot of you might have figured out long before this part of the video came in, what I was reviewing was not actually a Simpsons spin-off movie, but rather a Simpsons episode, with a fictional movie being played in cinemas within the episode. So happy April Fool's Day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. And I know it's actually a bit late for that, but it's April Fool's Day. So, yeah, why would it end at midday? So, yes, for those of you who didn't know, that I'm sure you did, the reason why you never knew the Itchy and Scratchy movie existed is because it only existed within an episode of The Simpsons. Okay. And this will be the second time I pranked you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And the poll, as for what I'm going to review next time, I'm going to leave the ball entirely in your court, guys. You can either let me know in the comments below, or choose from a poll that I'm going to post on the community tab. And until the next video, thanks for watching and have a magical time. Oompa loompa doompa dee doo, I got a perfect puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doompa dee dee, carry on watching and you will see. Hello and welcome back back to Semajical Reviews, where we're having an Easter special. But James, do I hear you saying, it's not Easter till tomorrow, why are you doing this episode now? It's my show, I can do it when I like. So shut up. Okay. And for the Easter special, I've chosen to review the 1971 classic, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But James, do I also hear you saying, why are you reviewing that? It has nothing to do with Easter. Actually, while it's not themed on Easter, you're quite wrong to suggest there's nothing to do with the holiday in it. Chocolate, everyone. Yeah, there you go. The very thing we all indulge ourselves silly in at this time of year. So, based on the 1964 novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl, with a screenplay also by Roald Dahl, directed by Mel Stewart, and produced by David O. Wolper, and distributed by Warner Brothers. Released in 1971, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory tells the story of Charlie Bucket, played by Peter Ostrom, a young boy who gets a chance to see inside a whimsical chocolate factory owned by the eccentric candy magician Willy Wonka, played by Gene Wilder, thanks to a golden ticket. Yeah. So, and the adventure that ensues after they step inside the chocolate factory is nothing short of pure whimsical fantasy. And for those of you who think the film ought to be a PG because of the scary boat ride scene, ask yourselves this question. How long does the scene last? If you said less than a minute, well, you'd be kind of right, because it doesn't last that long at all. It lasts maybe less than a minute, maybe a bit over, but it's over very quickly. And therefore, the film still passes for its original UK rating of U. Of course, now, there are 4 other kids on the tour as well, and we get to see their very funny and straight to the point due to their character demises. And now, spoilers, because I'm about to point out a difference between the book and the film, a couple of them. The first difference between the book and the film is the title, obviously. Charlie is the title character in the book, whereas Willy Wonka himself is the title character in the film. But we don't meet him until the kids go into the chocolate factory. So, the other difference, Slugworth. He is one of the villains in the story, or one of the chocolate-making rivals who steals one of Willy Wonka's recipes in the book. In the film, he is working for Willy Wonka, therefore turns out not to be Slugworth all along. The Oompa Loompas. The book doesn't give any description other than their height. Nothing about their hair or skin colour. The film, their height is to a T, but they've got orange skin and green hair. And now okay. So that's 3 differences pointed out. Number 4, there aren't any scenes in the book with Charlie's teacher, and yet there's one scene in there are a few scenes in the film with him in. Well, I can't figure out just 2. Okay. I couldn't resist. Now, another of the film's main differences is the songs. Now, in the book, every time one of the first 4 kids disappears, the songs are actually about the character who suffers a demise, and for the reasons for their demise. In the films, however, well, they're just fun little whimsical songs in the film. Sort of about the kids in question. Now, for those who haven't seen the film yet, I'm about to spoil the ending for you, so you might want to click away and go and watch something else. Because the other difference is the ending. Now, I've already given away the twist. Whoops. Okay, so... But the other difference is... Charlie's the only kid left in the book at the end of the tour, so straight up wins for Chocolate Factory. In the film, however... Willy Wonka has a go at them for stealing the fizzy lifting drinks, him and Grandpa Joe. And so they give the gobstopper back after they then find out they're not getting their prize. And they get their prize. So, in an act of true loyalty, Charlie proves he doesn't just want the factory, but deserves it. And of course, I would go over every little gag in the film, but that's not what I'm here for. So, what do I think of the film in general? Well, it's one of my favourite films of all time. And because it's about a boy who visits a chocolate factory, I'm using it as a review for my Easter special. So, what do you guys think of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Nice comments only, please. And until the next video, thanks for watching and have a Semajical time. Oh, it's review time once again, is it? Okay, I've got a magical comedy review here for you this time round. So, I hope you're prepared to get a little of this. Bewitched. Okay, yes, guys, that's it. Welcome back to Semajical Reviews, and Bewitched is the film of choice for review here today. What is Bewitched? Well, it's a 2005 fantasy comedy based on the TV show of the same name from the 1960s. It's actually a remake of that, and it stars Will Ferrell and Nicole Kidman as our lead characters. As Nicole Kidman's character, a witch, Samantha, goes under the alias of Isabel as she moves out into the real world to live like a normal human being, where she meets, falls head over heel with, and is cast by Will Ferrell's character, a movie actor, who is cast as Darren in the remake of the TV show Bewitched, which this film is itself a remake of. And they're remaking the TV show in the film. So it's got some very clever meta comedy there, right there in the film. And everything you see Will Ferrell in comedy wise ends up being a riot. As we now learn that his character is very big of himself and is actually kind of a jerk. And when I say kind of, I mean he is a jerk. Okay. As he actually upsets Nicole Kidman's Samantha character, or Isabel as her name, and she goes by as an alias in this to try and to try and hide her identity as a real witch. And she gets a part in the remake TV show Bewitched by twitching her nose. Now, of course, I'm not gonna give you too much of the plot in case there are some of you out there who have not seen the film. But it's a film from 2005. Those of you who are old enough to have seen it probably have by now, and if you were fans of the TV show and you haven't seen it yet for some reason, then I recommend it. I had great fun with this, and it's my first exposure to Bewitched. So, I bet you're now then wondering, how come I haven't checked the TV show out yet? Oh, because I haven't, but I do plan to after watching that film. So, do I recommend this? Absolutely. Uh, I said it's a fantasy comedy. That's because it is a fantasy comedy. Don't think there's actually no magic being used in the film, because it's used quite a bit. It's just, not centered on the magic. So, so that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video itself, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And the next episode, I haven't decided what I'm going to review yet, so you'll have to wait until I have sorted that out, obviously. But until then, thanks for watching and have a magical time. What do you get when you take Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and throw them into a buddy cop comedy? Well, You better grab something to cool yourselves down, guys, like a cornetto, because it's pretty hot. That's right, guys. Welcome back to Semajical Reviews and Hot Fuzz, aka the second film in Edgar Wright's Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy. Has arrived. Now, this film was released in 2007. And now, if you haven't seen the film yet, I actually recommend finding something else to watch, unless you don't care about spoilers. Okay, because here we go. Simon Pegg stars as Nicholas Angel, or is it Angle? A Metropolitan Police officer who is given the rank of Sergeant and then dispatched to a village called Sanford in the countryside, where he meets and is teamed up with Danny Butterman, played by Nick Frost, and the pair team up to try and solve a series of crimes that have now started happening in this quiet little village that was supposedly crime-free. And we also get ourselves wrapped up in a conspiracy, as we see Nicholas Angel, or is it Angle? Try to solve this case, along with all the other murder cases that start happening around the town after he arrives. Mainly it's murders. He does arrest a shoplifter that walks away scot-free. I mean, and the conspiracy, spoilers, is that of a cult which is happening inside the town. Yeah. Really, and the very end, it all culminates in an epic battle. Now, it's actually hard to tell you about this film without spoiling the whole story. But for those who are from outside the UK, as in those in the US and other countries, the Metropolitan Police Force is London's biggest police force. And they mainly deal with crimes against the royals and stuff like that. Oh boy. And now, if you've seen Hot Fuzz yourself, now, it's a brilliant film. And if you've seen Hot Fuzz yourselves, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to know why I'm covering this film here, and why I haven't covered Shaun of the Dead yet, well, that's very simple. I've already seen that film several times, and it is being reviewed as part of my themed month reviews for comedy, which I've themed this entire month on. So hold your horses, because on the 28th, that review will come out. But this show is for reviews of films that I've only recently seen, and media as well. So if you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next video, thanks for watching and have a Semajical time.